Hey, Anonymai. I bet you can't tell, but I'm having a lot of fun with the BU rolls of pennies lately. And what do I have here but an original bank wrapped 1958 Philadelphia wheat cent roll. So there you go. You got the 1 cent wheaty ears on one end, and you can kind of see Lincoln there poking through on the other end. There are not a lot of varieties on this. The only major variety is the very famous, I don't know if it's one of a kind or maybe two of a kind, but there is a double die obverse for 58, and it sold for like $300,000. So that's the lottery winning type of dream. More realistically, if you can find an MS-67, it's a $350 coin. So you're also just hoping for some really nice coins. So I'm not going to keep you. Let's crack it open. This has been wrapped up since 1958. We're about to find out what's in it. It could be spotted, splotchy. Um, those rims look pretty good. Yeah, I got some pretty nice looking coins. Let's take a look at a few. So there's the ender. Sorry. There's the ender. A little bit of toning there in the center from somebody touching it. It's a pretty deep red. I like it. If that kind of color is throughout, we might have some pretty ones. Grade wise, I don't know how we'll do, but boy, that's pretty nice. This is not a spotty roll so far from what I can tell. Gosh, I hate to go right for it, but that might be a 66. Boy, I really like this color a lot. So I can see a little bit of carbon up here on the N for N, and then one out in the field. So I'm going to ding it. I'm going to call it a 65. There's a little bit of carbon. 3 o'clock out in the field. Pretty good strike there in the reverse. Kind of a wild, deep red color. I think these would still grade red. I'm going to give it a 64 because of the ugly placing of the carbon there. Ooh, another carbon spot. Just because of the placement and prominence of that. This next one too is similar. Almost looks like a fingerprint, but I don't think it is. It's nice. It's not amazing. 64. So I'll go through the rest of these, and you'll hear from me in just a second. All right, Anonymai. Open up this roll, and honestly, you can see what I've graded here. It's not a eye-popping lineup of grades, but I really liked the roll. It had a lot of good character in it. A lot of these coins were kind of worthy of the next step up, but for maybe one or two small carbon spots. They're not unsightly. They're not hideous. They're enough to not get a grade. So let's see if I can get a good look at here. You can see that one. Look at this. I placed it in the 65s. Really, it's a gorgeous coin. As far as 58s go, this is a pretty good strike. But look at that one little spot there. It's ugly. And on the reverse, it's pretty nice. Low amount of contact. One little ding about there at 9 o'clock out toward the C on cent between the wheat ear and the C. Not a lot of other stuff to speak of. Maybe a little bit of imperfection carboning going on below America there. That's just one example. The 66s had the least amount of carbon. And I'm kind of stretching on the 66. I'm not sure if these would actually hit that or not. But they had exceptional luster, minimal carbon spotting, and the strike was decent. So this one had one spot on that wheat ear back here. Other than that, I love the coin. Here's another one. One little spot out near the T on Trust in the field. Great color. Good cartwheel of luster. Decent strike, especially for a 58. One little spot below the end, between the ends, really. It's enough to where I wouldn't even feel confident sending it in for the 66, but in my role, that's kind of where I'm going to call it. I think it could fall both ways. This one has a handful of micro spots, and they're not fully developed. You can see them if you hit the light the right way. Reverse, pretty well struck. Low contact marks, very low contact marks on the reverse of this one here. A little bit between the C and the wheat ear. Otherwise, I like that coin a lot. One spot below his nose. A couple of micro spots out here by the word in. But it's just enough to where you wouldn't send these in with any kind of confidence that you're going to hit a home run. It was fun opening this. I know that these are the two enders. They have a little bit of toning in the center from their exposure. And then there were two coins here that I think would hit red-brown if I sent them in. My camera exposure sometimes compensates for the color, but this one has purple and blue beginning to develop a little bit on his shoulder, out toward the edge of his face, and up here in the high point of the hair. You can kind of see the glare change. You might not see the color as much, but the glare changes a little bit in those spots. I actually love it. I think this is maybe my favorite coin in the whole roll because of that toning. And then same thing here. Same kind of toning. A little more even all over the coin. Kind of comes through as a fog or cloud with the camera, but really it's color. I like those two a lot. I think if you sent them in for grading, there would be enough of the red lost. They say 95% of the red needs to be retained to get the red grade. I think it might fall just below that enough to where it would hit red-brown. So I put them over here. But I really enjoyed this roll for what I paid for it. I think I'm just going to hang on to it. Maybe I'll compare it to my other one, see which one I like best, and flip it. I don't know. But hope you guys enjoyed this one. I got a 51D as well. And maybe we'll do that next. So I'll see you guys in the next video. If you don't mind giving me a thumbs up, leave me a comment. Tell me what you are working on. I know I've been focusing a lot on the cents, but what are you working on? Subscribe to us, stick with us, and we'll keep rolling these videos out. Hope to see you guys at the next one. Happy hunting.